Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? I did make it on here. Hey, Linda. Let's see if a few people get on here. All right, I see 13. Hey, Larissa. Yeah, I see 25. How's everybody doing tonight? Hey, ain't a whole lot of happening over here besides indigestion. I take that indigestion in spells sometimes. Barbecue sandwiches has a lot to do with it, and mayonnaise. Oh, it's been a kind of lazy day. I mostly took the day off. Oh, hello there, family Vargas. Trying to get over the ride yesterday. And I think my back start hurting. Kind of aching like it's gonna rain. And there ain't a lot happening, y'all. There ain't much happening today. I seen them, hello there, Nick. I seen them the other day talking about the NASCAR. Talking about how they losing fans. All they have to do is ask me and I can tell them why. You know, they on this channel one day and then they have it on something else, another channel you got to subscribe to. And then they have it to another channel. And when I mean subscribe, I mean you have to pay. They said like it could cost you up to $500 subscribing to them channels. I mean, how many people you know gonna do that? I've got all the channels. So it ain't no problem for me. Kid Rock. Hey there, Tina. I had messed around all day and I had a video I could have put on Southern Ideas. I just didn't think about it. And I thought about it about 9 or 9:30. Ain't that something? Forget to take a video off of unlisted and put it on there. That's pretty bad, ain't it? About the only excitement we had today is Tammy made a video. I'll be releasing it tomorrow. I ain't talked to the guy that had this thing had down there. I know one thing, that barbecue was good now. Hey there, Miss Peggy. If I forgot anybody, I didn't mean to. We had a pretty good time, y'all, but I wouldn't want to go do it again tomorrow. And Stephen had a good time. I still ain't edited that footage, but I told you I was going to kind of, take a break, I'll take a break from editing. And I had to edit Tammy's video, her cooking video. I had to do that. Yeah, we used to go to them things all the time. Stay all day long. All night, too. We'd spend the night. I was watching Mama today. And y'all see that big old clock she got? And hey Melissa, they put the link in there to it. I went in there and looked at it. That thing was $300. It's a pretty nice gift, ain't it? $300. everybody was wanting one too. Other times I have people text me and stuff, and if I don't text you back, it means either two things. I'm either asleep or I'm doing something. Most times if I ain't doing nothing, I'll text back. But I'm always kind of doing a little something. That dog, and that dog don't bother me, y'all. I mean, like watching. I know it might kind of, hey, I can understand it might bother some people. I just can understand that, there's all kinds of people, but that dog don't bother me. You wish you got so much stuff on the couch. Hey there, White Earth. Tried to call you a while ago. She got so much. The dog didn't have a place to sit. And he went and sat on the top of the couch, like, wanting to see. Reminds me of when the Grinch stole Christmas, that little dog. I'm talking about the old one. The dog went there and jumped on a sleigh ready to ride. He didn't know he was going to be the one pulling the sleigh, you know. Oh, I got a headache again. Hey, Miss Baby. Hey, they got all that indigestion. It gives me a headache. And I mean, it's better than what it was. Hey there, Elmo. Hey, y'all, I mean, I pretty well get along pretty good, you know. In other words, my back bothers me if I'm doing something. I can just be standing up and it'll start hurting, you know. But other than that, I really ain't got no ailments, you know. And if I'm in a comfortable chair, I mean, it don't hurt my back bad, you know. If I'm in a comfortable chair, I keep a chair on the back of my truck. When I go somewhere, I can get that chair out if I need to, you know. Well, I would, I mean, it's bad enough today that, and it's done eased off. I had to put two of them patches on there, but it quit hurting. I said, Tammy, you ain't got a pain pill, have you? She said, no. Hey, I never asked her about a pain pill. Never. And she don't get them, but, uh, she has had them before whenever I asked her. But that ain't something she gets, But, man, I'd hate to know I was hurt. Hurt and stuff all the time. And can't get no relief. And I know there's people that like hurt. And I mean, I don't know if pain medicine helps them that much. Yeah, I mean, they take it. But what I'm saying is I get along pretty good. Well, I wouldn't want to make her like every minute of the day, like the way, yeah, Ed Higgs does. That guy there, Tom, he's got to have a hip replacement. He's told me a bunch of times. I don't know if it even shows him in here walking. But I mean, he done got the limping bad. But boy, I'm telling you, I was hurting bad enough today, to make me start thinking about all this, about hurting. Boy, I don't, you know what I'm talking about? I don't know if I'd want to be hurting all the time, real bad. And I showed y'all this last night, that black-headed girl there. I told you she used to be my girlfriend. We was at this party. I don't remember whose party it was at, but Me and her was laying out on the ground, on our back, looking up at the sky. And we was just talking and stuff. You know the way youngins do. Yeah, I know it, Rich. I probably ain't even done talking about that yet. But, hey, I wasn't thinking about nothing. Looking up at the sky. She said, I don't know why I remember this dumb stuff like this. She said, you can kiss me when we see an airplane. I said, yeah. I said, I better start looking for an airplane then. I mean, she had to tell me. I was with Tammy. Hey, I don't know what you call them things. But, I was with Tammy, for a while. And she said, who are you? I said, my name's Dana Hodges. You might be heard of me. No, I just threw that in. Well, she said, from what I understood, I was supposed to get attacked. I said, you ain't gonna get attacked out of me. I need hip replacement. Yeah, that's what's wrong with Tom. Uh, you know, anyway, y'all, I was a good guy. I was a good guy. But, Tammy heard different. But I was always a gentleman, y'all. But, yeah, I mean, I know there's a lot of people got ailments and stuff. I'd say, I mean, I hadn't. Other than my back. Uh, and it don't bother me all the time. If I get over there playing them drums, it'll start bothering me. I mean, if I wash dishes, it'll really bother me. But this ordinarily, like kind of just moving around the way old people do, it don't bother me real bad. I go up the stairs on the boat, go sit down in a chair, and I did have to put another chair in there. I did put another chair in there, and because the chair that was in that boat, it sat pretty good for a little while, but it kind of leaned forward a little bit. And I took a chair that cost $375 and put it on that boat. office chair. And I've been asleep in that thing a many a time. Mostly like when we was playing the drums, and I'd go sit down over there and sitting at the kitchen table. I used to sit at the kitchen table all day long. Look out the window. A lot more active. What are they telling you about that's what I was going to call you for and find out, how you was doing, huh? I know y'all think I talk to everybody all the time, but I don't. I probably ain't talked to him in, talked to him one time for a couple of minutes, about 2 weeks ago, but it's been a month. Fishing season coming up. I don't know what's going to become of fishing season. Might be spent all this money for nothing. 'Cause I have spent a lot. On the boat and everything. Now I was thinking about buying me another fish finder. I got one on there. Bone skin results, March 5th. Well, yeah, that'll be this next week. Well, I feel for you. I was listening to y'all. When you're hurting bad enough that it wakes you up, you can't sleep. That's pretty bad. But these patches that I got, man, they about a miracle. How good they work. I took one. I don't know if y'all ever put one of them things on, like your back or something. That's the coldest. That's the coldest thing you ever seen in your life. I said, Tammy, how is it possible for that patch to be that cold? And I mean, you put one on her back, she makes you start laughing. Okay, yeah, you ain't found out about that yet, I don't reckon. But I took that patch and laid on it. I warmed it up. But when you unpeel that back on it and stick it on you, hell, it was still cold even after it warmed up. Yeah, that's really why to me, that's about the only thing that makes any sense. But the way your legs swelled up, is it still swelled up? I want you to answer. I want you to let me know. Man, anything swells up. My hands swelled up before. And I mean, hell, man, it'll hurt. Your ankle, I mean, anything swell up, it'll hurt. It is still swelled up. Hell, I hate that. My back ain't bothering me a bit then, but that son gun hurt all day. But it took two of them patches, three of leaves to get it to where it's okay. I'm talking. It don't matter which one. If I lay on my side or my back, man, it's hurting. Right in that hurt spot on my backbone. Felt like it was coming from there. Hey, if he's got gout in his whole leg. Yeah, I was sitting on the buggy down there at this four-wheeler ride. And there's this guy walked up here and started talking to David. He knew David. Now, I was kind of listening a little bit, then, but after I filmed, and I was watching last night, I was playing them clips. I got about 20 clips. And he was a guy that worked at the paper mill. I have done the impossible. And what he was sitting there talking about, I was doing something there, y'all. What he was sitting there talking about is like you belong to the paper mill. Your life ain't important. And that's something that people don't know about the paper mill. It's like being in the army. Okay, yeah, I see that there, Pam. You know, if you don't know about the paper mill, y'all, they don't care about you. And other places is like that too, but like that paper mill's really bad. And they encourage you to go get a house and a big house. And most all of them's got them too. And then they got you. But once you get all them big payments, you can't go to the grocery store then. I mean, go get a job at the grocery store. You get stretched out. You have to take it. I would, my, my temperament is too bad for that. That paper mill's real bad. Then I worked in textile mill. They didn't care either. Worked us down for years. Yeah. Yeah, I mean that. But that paper mill's, is, I mean, I don't know why they talk to you like the way they talk to you. You know, them boss men, they talk kind of rough to the workers. And then, like, you won't see that boss man nowhere in town. Because, I mean, they scared to go. Because they done that to so many people and stuff. Fired them. But, like, I could know everything ahead of time. You could tell me, and I could know everything ahead of time. And know you have to kiss their butt. And I still wouldn't be able to do it. I just can't do it. I mean, I've never been able to do that. I mean, I was like that when I was young. I don't know if I'm quite as bad as I used to be, but they pretty bad. And like Tammy's wore out. It's hard to believe that. I mean, look at Robert's knee. It's hard to believe that you can do the same thing over and over so much, and it'll wear your bones and stuff down. Any women out there where Tammy worked at, hell man, they was always having to get surgery or something on their hand, or carpal tunnel. Hello there, KK. If y'all don't realize it, y'all on Danny S. Hodges, so you ain't on Southern Ideas. You might want to subscribe to this channel if you ain't subscribed to it. This is where you'll mostly see me. Hey there, Jimmy. And I mean, I've went out there before with this David guy, He used to have a big old crew of men that worked at the paper mill. David was a contractor for this paper mill and other paper mills. What they do is, I don't even know if y'all realize how they do the pay, but they'll call like David up, say, I need 20 men. And not like, they'll pay David for him, plus have 20 men, and they'll pay David $50 an hour. Well, David might not pay them, but $20 an hour. And then they have what you call ghost workers. You can ask Wilder up there about it. He knows about it. He was in this stuff. And they'll have two people that's getting paid that's not even, uh, that, that's not even there. So them people that contract, they get a bunch of money. Hello there, Miss Gladys. If I missed anybody, Kit Kat, did I miss you? Hello to you. Yeah, hey, David's retired now. Yep, they all like that. They all like that. Everywhere, all over the United States. I mean, that's a standard thing. And yeah, thank you, Miss Gladys. I'll tell you something else too. You might be heard about it a little bit, but like might not really know that much about it. But just say White Earp is kind of a big wig at the paper mill that can hire contractors, and he can hire any contractor he wants. All right, y'all with me? White Earp is a big contractor, a big man at the paper mill, and he can hire any contractor he wants. White Earp will say, I want me a gold wing motorcycle. Or I need a new car. Or I need a new buggy. One of these buggies like these guys has got. And the contractor say, damn, I mean there ain't enough money for that. I ain't making enough money to buy, gold wing motorcycle. And then White Earp, he's a big man with the paper mill, whatever he says goes. He said, well, add $20,000 to your bid. Oh, the contractor adds, he figures it up, then he adds $20,000 to it. And this stuff, y'all, it ain't just some places. It's everywhere. And I mean, like where that big money is, like at the paper mill stuff, that's probably the worst place of them all. But That's everywhere. It's like that. Hey there, Vegas girl. Yes. Hey, y'all, I mean, yeah, it's like that everywhere. I mean, I've even seen it myself. But that's all over the United States. And if you won't buy them a motorcycle, you won't get the job neither. They'll give it to somebody else. And that's what I was talking a while ago about that man that come up there talking to David. And David was saying, I can't buy you no four-wheeler. I can't buy you no buggy. You know, David didn't like that stuff. But if, you know, you had to, that's the way you had to do. Yeah, you made it. I'm glad you made it. Oh, yeah, y'all, hey, boy, I seen it in the roofing business, too. I know he used to buy people expensive stuff. But that's what that guy was talking about, said the paper mill out here is so bad, the one in Dublin is so bad that nobody even wants to mess with them, It's done got that bad. And I mean, they already making a pile of money. These people that decide who gets the job and stuff. My two TVs is way behind. But it's all crooked, y'all. You know, you don't see many people at that paper mill. They usually get a divorce. And I mean, it ain't worth that. If I knew a job was going to cost me and Tammy to get a divorce, I wouldn't do that, and them people wouldn't do it neither. They on swing shift. Now, Rich is not on swing shift, but he's done it. He has done it. Rich has kind of done worked his way up, where he's in there with the big bosses every day. That's whenever they work, the big bosses. And I know over there at the wool mill, they had this updated part. They put it on this machine and it wouldn't wear out. It's updated part. And another man said, yeah, go ahead and put that on there. Well, the big man found out about it. They put a part that won't wear out on there. They called him back out here and told him to take it off. Or something like that. They took that part off the machine. And somebody told me that worked there that he had a check made out to him, the big boss, made to him for $12,000. And this, man, hell, 35 years ago. $12,000. I mean, he's the one that got them in there to do the work. So everything's kind of dirty, y'all. Where that big money's involved, that didn't happen to me a whole lot. I did, I did used to have a little trouble with people about insurance companies. Oh, the insurance company called me up there and he said, why? He said, we want you to do the job. He said, but why is this bill so high? I said, because the woman told me to put the deductible in there. And if I didn't put the deductible in there, she wasn't going, I wasn't going to get the job. You ain't supposed to do that. I said, yeah. I said, she told me I wasn't going to get it if I didn't put the deductible in there. People kind of do that anyway a little bit. But this woman wanted extra money put in there. And she was up there too. The man didn't tell on me. So he called her in there. He called her in there and I was sitting in there and he was kind of talking to her and he said, this is what we're going to pay you. She said, well, I ain't going to accept that. I'll get another price. He said, you can get all the prices you want. He said, but this amount is what you gonna get. And he took that money, that that uh that money off. He subtracted that amount of money I had added. He subtracted it. So I got my money. And she got her house fixed. She was just trying to not to pay the deductible. Sometimes people got high deductible. Sometimes you can, it's kind of a big house or something. Sometimes you can help somebody out a little bit, but there's such a thing as overdoing it. And I mean, I ain't no fan of insurance companies. They'll cheat you every way they can. I mean, if you have a wreck, they'll cancel your insurance. We had a fire and they canceled our damn fire insurance. Right up, I seen the other day, I still got your username and password for YouTube. And y'all, I tell everybody, you got to keep up with your username and password for YouTube. And somebody we know, they forgot their password. And you can't You know what I mean? They can't log in. They got a new computer and they can't log in. And their email is an email that went out of business. You know, 'cause like, you know, you can give them an email and change your password, you know, create a new one and stuff like that. But the email they had in there done went out of business, so they couldn't change the password. I actually told them what to do about it. They called me up. But you ain't been seeing them. In the hell, y'all, I can't save the world. I try to sometimes. You know, I used to try harder. I used to try harder. But I mean, I just like backing up, boy. Like, don't want nobody to call me. And I do that every once in a while. Not every once in a while, but every now and then. You know how you feel like getting in your truck and leaving. Leave your phone. And go until you run out of gas. And then get out and leave your vehicle and start walking. But like, I've got fed up. And it might be just from working too much, you know. 'Cause I was going pretty good there, you know. And believe it or not, y'all, I ain't no spotlight person. I don't mind getting on here and talking and doing what I'm doing. But then whenever I get out of here, I want it to go back to being ordinary. And then whenever I leave this house and get out in the world, like at the mud bog, you know, it's a little better, you know. I'm expecting it, you know. You don't, y'all don't, I mean, y'all probably don't know what it's like. I mean, I don't know if some of you do. Everybody talking to you. And I'm a very low profile person. Very low profile. A woman told me, she said, I used to see you in town. She said, I don't ever see you no more. I say sometimes have two or three vehicles. Drive different ones, you know. Go to a restaurant out of town. And about got where I don't even hardly do that, you know. That's what I've been doing today. Ideas slow down. And slow down reminds me of something. Oh, Pamela was talking about, you know, when they got that camera on the car, you know, it looks like you're speeding. And it does to me too. It does look like that to me. But I don't know why it looks like you're going so fast. But it does look like that. But I don't never speed, y'all. I usually, a few cars, a lot of times I'll pull over and that car's past me. You know, they get behind, in, you know how everybody is. About to have a fit, you know. You know, in a hurry. In the video, y'all will see of Tammy's tomorrow. She was talking about, going to town. I mean, I've heard Grandma talking it too. And they damn people like just passing you. You know, having a fit to get around you. I mean, you can tell when somebody's having a fit to get around you. They'll keep pulling over and looking and seeing them take a pass, you know. And I mostly heard Grandma talking this, but I heard Tammy talking it today. She said, Tammy said, I don't even know if that even helps that much. You get up there to the east of them, and hell, the ones that's having a fit, that the same red light with you. But y'all, I've been going pretty hard, you know. And I've took some videos and scrapped them too, you know. Danny, last night when I asked about did anyone have a mud fight, I was meaning a wrestling match in the mud. No, I didn't see nobody doing that. There's usually somebody that gets out there in it. About everyone I've ever went to. But they didn't do it this time. Didn't see the first person that had too much to drink. Not the first one. But yeah, y'all, I've been going pretty hard, you know. And then I was staying up late, doing these videos here, you know. And that editing, that's pretty well something else now. And see, I got more videos I could put on Southern Ideas. I have one I could have put on there today. Didn't even think about it till about 9 o'clock, 9:30. I say I have to work ahead, y'all. And this is a big part of your life. Y'all heard me say a bunch of times, you gotta want to do this. It's something you gotta want to do, or just go live and just sit there and not do nothing. Which seems like to me that's what a lot of people do. I see a bunch of little lives and stuff. If I run across one, I usually look, even if it ain't got that many views or something, or if it's got a bunch, alive. I'll check it out and see what they're about and stuff. Not that I'm interested to see what they're doing. Well, I reckon I am. But a lot of times I just sitting there talking. You can't do too much on a live video. Y'all think about, I know every one of y'all is baking a cake or something. And you turn the camera on and go live, baking a cake. What, you'll have a 2-hour video? 2.5 hour? That when the live's over, they are not going to care about that. And they won't. They won't care about it. But I say some people's doing really good, on the lives. And I really don't see how. Some of them I look at, have a bunch of people watching. I'm talking about a lot more than grandma. A lot more. And they're just talking. And then a lot of stuff like that mud bogging. This video stuff I shot. If I hadn't have took them cameras down there, you wouldn't have seen it. 'Cause you can't go live. I might not even would mind going live doing something like that. But hell, you can't. And where y'all live at, there might be just internet everywhere. But it ain't like that in Dublin, Georgia. Yeah, Tammy used to. Tammy used to bake a lot of cookies. She's eating different now. She doing something diabetic, be her next video. For, low sugar or diabetic. She said they about both the same thing, but and she said it's good. I hadn't eaten none of it yet. She said it's good. But yeah, y'all, I know y'all ain't over here. You can't see me. You don't know what I'm doing over here. But I've been hitting it pretty hard. Pretty hard. And money don't matter to me. That boy that got the 4-wheeler, it don't to him neither. He's like that too. I won't do something just for the money. And I got tons of stuff I could put on Facebook. I mean, tons. And I just don't hardly care nothing about it. I might put a YouTube video on there. But I don't care nothing about just uploading a video to Facebook. You got to get a bunch of views. Hey there, drummer. I just don't care nothing about it. And let me tell you, while I'm talking, we go to a lot of trouble. I do. I go to a lot of trouble. Grandma used to go to a lot of trouble. A lot. And if you wasn't getting paid, you wouldn't do it. You might would for a little while. It's like, wait a minute. I'm doing all this for nothing? And, people quit their jobs. Probably most of the people on YouTube that does YouTube, make videos, they probably, most of them work. Has got a job, a regular job. Yeah, that's what, that key word right there, Pamela's time. That's the key word. It might be fun in the beginning. Hey, uploading videos and stuff. It's something new. Having a good time, people's watching your videos. I personally think the double T taking over. I've been thought that a pretty good while too. Look at Stephen. Ain't even worried about YouTube. I'm talking about ain't even worried about it. Hell, don't care. But I mean, you see, I got that. What was it? 400 gigabyte, y'all. Four. I think it's about 400 gigabyte of mud bogging, and I ain't even edited. Ain't. Don't even know if I am. I don't even know if I am gonna edit it. And there's been quite a few. I just deleted. Hey, boy, Tammy, bring them cameras in here, boy. Delete it. Denny, do you mind me asking how much money do you make a month on YouTube? It's an ancient Chinese secret. But most people don't make that much. Most people don't make nothing. Most people don't make nothing. And doing videos every day. I can tell you that. I've seen some people that have some pretty good channels. Have 400 subscribers. And have a pretty good channel. And we all know it, the people that do this stuff, it's hard to get subscribers. And even me, I don't subscribe to people much at all. Just for the simple reason, the reason I don't want shit popping up every 5 minutes. But, showing they got a video. I've unsubscribed from people that I still watch, but I don't want to get notifications all day long. So I'm not really subscribed to that many people. And some of them, like I say, I still watch and won't even be a subscriber. I just look them up. whenever I'm ready to watch, but I'm busy a pretty good bit, y'all. And I mean, look at here, it's like this right here. You might get on the phone and talk to your friend for 30 minutes, but you don't want to talk on the damn telephone all day. I wanted to call the guy that had this ride here and find out how everything went, how everything turned out, because he had a pretty good bit of money invested, to have the ride. It ain't like it's free to him. If one person pays $1, he's got $1 in his pocket. He had to make a certain amount of money just to break even. It's right pretty good little old bit of money. And YouTube's worth doing. But I mean, if I had to start all over, I would uh go fishing. I wouldn't do it again. I wouldn't do it again. You know, I made a video the other day and somebody stole my video, boy. I still ain't even made them take it down yet. And shit, I've had that done so much. You see, I ain't even done nothing about it. And all I got to do is go in there and make a few clicks and stuff, and I'll get around to it whenever I get ready. Somebody stole my damn video, and that ain't the first one neither. And you don't have to see them. YouTube contacted me and told me that uh somebody had my video. I've seen my videos in commercials. I've sat there and figured out stuff. Make a video of it, and somebody steal your idea. And that's happened so much that, hell, it'll make you laugh. People stealing your idea. So, y'all, these YouTube creators, I ain't never had this problem too much. I, you know, I can create ideas. I can. But it seems like a lot of people can't. And they just searching and searching and searching YouTube over for their idea. It might be the reason I done so good, y'all. All my ideas was mine. Oh, that's the best kind of video anyway, you know. Tammy don't look for ideas on YouTube to make videos. She looks in that cookbook. She don't hardly mess with YouTube too much. And I used to didn't mind going to the trouble. But I've got where I do mind. I still got a creative mind. And I do know how to do a lot of stuff. You know, even if I have to say so myself, I still know how to do a lot of stuff. And I have more ideas than I have time. I mean, I just forget them. Hell, man, I just forget them. You know, all the time. You know, that's the way my mind thinks anyway, you know. That I need to do a video on that. So let me tell y'all something, you know, to just slip, you know, just slide away. You know, I got these 3 cameras. And they got a little SD card in them. They a little, about, man, like the size of your fingernail. And I bought one from one company. I don't know why I done this. I bought one name brand. The second was a different name brand. The third one was a different name brand. And the one that cost the most, it didn't show the recording time on the cameras. So you turn all 3 cameras on, they identical cameras. The cards is all the same size. 550 gigabyte. That's a hell of a lot of footage, man. But like this one, let's just say the third camera, it showed half the recording time as the others. And nobody don't know it. And the only reason I know is because I got 3 cameras. Hell, cut them all on, and 2 of them showed they'll film, 40 hours. And that third camera shows it'll film 20 hours, and it's got the same size card. I took the camera and reset it back to factory. Put that card back in there, still the same thing. I went and looked on Amazon. I seen where I could return it, and I did. And got a new card, and I put in there. They all show identical now. And I mean, that's a great video, y'all. It might be something you don't give a damn about, but people that's buying this stuff that costs $85 for just the card. It don't come with the camera. You get the camera, and then you still got to have a card. I do think you can buy it in a combo, a little card. But that particular brand is big on Amazon. So you take the name of that brand and make your thumbnail beware of this SD card, see? And what you want is what people are looking up. There is nobody in the world looking up Hodges live at night. Nobody. But you put the name brand of that card, and people that's over there on Amazon looking, they'll look that card up to see the specs on it. The tech people will do that. They'll look up that particular card. And then you the only one got a video on it. Because nobody else don't know it ain't worth a shit. See what I mean? You make videos of what people are looking up. You see somebody making an antenna, and they done sit there and copied me, and they so far down the list, because YouTube's got a rank. Oh, hello there, Robin, by the way. You just looked my live up. Well, maybe Robin's the only one in the world that looked up Hodges live at night. But yeah, YouTube's got a ranking, y'all. And you can look your own self up. And see, I had a bunch of number one spots. Ranked number one. And I figured someone would be live. I hear you there. But you make a video that's good enough to get that number one spot, boy, you ain't got to worry about getting views. You will get them, but not from copying somebody else. And like I say, most of the ideas I got, y'all, I have, just all the time. Hell, I forget them. And I can make a video about that SD card easy. Ain't even got to go outside to do it. Hell, I just don't hardly care, You am? I hear you there. But yeah, I mean, like like William, William's like me. He can do about anything. He's smart. He can do about anything. He can fix about anything. I told him, quit making them upholstery videos and get out there in that yard. I said, all that stuff you got sitting around. And then he knows how to do about anything. But he can't quit working long enough to go out there and do it. And I know in my heart that what he's got out there in that yard would do better than that upholstery videos. I know it would. Do you? All right, well, maybe two people looked me up. So I knew this guy, y'all, that had a garage. And he's a friend of mine, too, you know. And I didn't know he was as smart as he was. You know, somebody told me he was. I didn't really believe it. I really didn't believe it, that he was that smart. But he wouldn't tell you too much. Is the reason I reckon I thought he wasn't that smart. But then I realized that he was pretty smart. I said, oh, boy. I said, you know, all these little tricks and stuff, you know. And he knew a lot of, you know, he went to school for that, you know, mechanic, and, you know. He worked at a place to put him through school. He'd have to go every now and then and get updated and stuff. And they not a whole lot of them. Them people work at dealerships. And that's where he originally did work, at a dealership. And they go, and every year they have to go and learn something, you know, go to this school or something. And I was telling him, I said, you know, all this stuff you know, I said, it's worth money. But the problem he had, and there's a bunch of people's like this, y'all, they won't share their knowledge. I ain't never minded sharing my knowledge. But I think there's a hell of a pile of people that don't want to share their knowledge. I think there's a pile of them. And there's a man on YouTube, y'all, and this is a man that's on YouTube right now. And he has this business, and he's like William, you know, he's like doing the damn work anyway. Why not film it? Why you doing it? And that's what this man was doing. It was small engines. That means lawnmowers, weed eaters, them, you know, all that stuff, you know. Which ain't just no, they just ain't no money in it, you know. I mean, if you take your lawnmower to get fixed, I mean, they can't charge you but so much money, I mean, I reckon they could, you know what I mean? You take it up there and it needs a spark plug put in it. You know what I mean? How much they gonna charge you? And I had heard him talking about, closing that business down for months, I didn't really, I mean, I didn't think a whole lot about it, but I said, well, hell, what you gonna do, if you close the shop, what you gonna do? And he closed that shop. But he got so damn many lawnmowers and riding lawnmowers and snow plows and stuff. And he takes stuff in, like if somebody brings something in he wants to make a video on, he'll work on that. Say like, I was, that lawnmower that grandma's got, that big old lawnmower. She was gonna buy another lawnmower, which is about $3,000 to replace the lawnmower she's got. About $3,000. I said, I can fix that lawnmower. No, you can't fix it. You can't. It's too old. All that stuff. And I mean, she must have told me that 4 or 5 times. Hell, me and Tammy went out there and got it and drug it with a rope, a chain, to the house. I like to never got that damn big old lawnmower up under that shelter. With the wheels flat and damn locked up and everything else. I fixed the tires on it. Found out what was wrong with it. And I was, it had a few things wrong with it. I took the carburetor off, and the carburetor was bad. And I ordered the stuff to fix the carburetor. And then in the meantime, I seen you could just buy a damn another carburetor for $20, a brand new one. I still got the stuff where I was going to rebuild the carburetor. I just went ahead and bought a brand new one. Changed the oil, put a brand new battery in there, fixed some wires and stuff. And then, I reckon, probably most of y'all seen how good it ran. And she paid me for the parts, and she gave me some money too, I didn't want to take no money from her. I think she left some money here, because I didn't want to, I mean, you don't want to charge your mama, you know what I'm talking about. You don't want to charge your mama. I think she left some money here. But I mean, it didn't cost much to fix that lawnmower. And it runs like a brand new one. And she said, she said, well, about every time I go out there, I had to pump the tire up. Well, I got on Amazon, bought her a pump. 'Cause I go through that same thing. About every so often you had to pump lawnmower tire up. I don't know what is it about lawnmower tires going flat, y'all. Must be something or other, had. But there just ain't no money in that stuff. Everything you buy is from China. I don't know how they can make a carburetor in China, ship it across the ocean, and sell it for $15 or $20. And it worked good. I mean, it'd be the identical carburetor. Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't doing it I wasn't doing it to Charger. Matter of fact, you know, I wouldn't even do it for nobody else, even if they was paying me. 'Cause I really don't like mechanicing no more. I used to do it, but I don't. That ain't that ain't something I care about. It's working on no lawnmower, nor no car, nor no truck, nor nothing. Most times if I can get somebody else to do it, I'll just get them to do it. But I used to do all that stuff myself. So I know about it, you know. Hey there, Palm Beach, Peter. Hey, thank you. Yeah, we appreciate you, Palm Beach, Peter. So yeah, I mean, I'm doing that stuff so much. See, and William has too. See, I got a thing out there that'll vacuum your AC down, and I know how to do it. Vacuum it down, and then fix whatever's leaking, and put Freon back in it. Most time it's them compressors, y'all. That AC work is about a rip-off. People like take advantage of it because nobody don't know nothing about it. I was up there at this place one day and I was gonna buy some tires, but they also doing brake work. And on your brakes, y'all have heard your brakes squealing before when you had to change them. It's got a little thing that starts scraping. And it sounds like it's tearing your brakes all to pieces, but it's a thing that warns you need to fix the brakes. When the brake pads get so thin, that little scraper will start scraping the rotor to let you know you need to fix your brakes. Now I was up there at that shop and I heard that man talking to a woman. He said, we can break the scrapers off and put it back together, and it'll cost you this amount of money. You know, like $300 or $400 to break the scrapers off. and put it back on, and then she was going to have to do it before long. Anyway, she's going to have to do it again because it would have, in a few months, it would have wore down to where it'll mess your rotor up because there ain't no warning no more. When you hear it scraping, then it's too late. And then he said, oh, we can put you these new brakes on for like $600. I couldn't hardly believe what I was hearing. How much they was charging. That shop was charging, to put brakes on somebody's car. I had to put them on hours every now and then. Hell, man, you know how fast Steven can put brakes on? He's done it so much. I showed him how to do it a long time ago. He ain't never forgot. He can put brakes on a car in 45 minutes. And then the brakes, you go up there to AutoZone, the brakes is $30. They gonna charge that woman $600 to put brakes on her car. And looking at her with a straight face. Oh, the thing about me, and William too, y'all, he knows how to do it, and I know how to do it too. And that'll be the day when you see me gonna pay somebody. And this was 25 years ago. It wasn't today's money. This is 25 years ago. Might even been 30. You know how time passes. Well, they do that to everybody. That's big company. I think they still in business. They sold Michigan tires. And them Michigan tires is a lot of money. But they really will last longer than a Walmart tire. We still go to Walmart anyway. You can buy two sets. You can buy two sets of tires from Walmart for one set of Michigan. Might even can buy three sets of Walmart tires. But them Walmart tires will wear out faster. Them Michigan tires are good, y'all. You better take a bunch of money with you. You go to get some. Besides, we all like Walmart anyway. Hey, Tammy will go out there to Walmart in a minute, buddy. She'll go out there in a minute. Like sit and wait for them to change them too. Don't bother her a bit. I had a Chevrolet Malibu needing a new headlight. They was going to charge me $900 to install it. Damn, boy. And it ain't nothing. It ain't You know, changing the headlight, man, ain't nothing to it. It's got a plug. You unplug it. Usually take 4 screws out. Put another in it. Usually put some dielectric grease on your plug. Keep water out. Keep water from getting in that plug. Put it back on there. I bought the light and watched YouTube. Yeah, I hear you. I say, like all them videos is about been done. You know, like how to put a light in a Malibu. A certain model. I guarantee you, I bet you they 100 videos of that, and that ain't what you want to make a video on. You come up with something that nobody's never done, and I done a lot of that. You know that green screen I got behind the drums? I made a video of how to make one of them, and I got that green screen where I can tote it outside. Because I used to use it a pretty good bit. I don't never hardly use them no more, but I still know how to. I don't not hardly ever do it. Don't hardly ever use it no more. You don't even have to use a green screen like if you was like gonna take a picture, if it was some shoes you was gonna make a video of, and you want it to be professional looking, you can take green cardboard, like poster board, but it's green, and you can curve it down at the bottom and tape it down and had the back sticking up, and set them shoes down there, and you can have just a picture of the shoes. Then you can make a big picture of them or a little picture. I know how to do all that stuff too. I have got a video I'm gonna show y'all. Oh, I just ain't, all this camera stuff. Y'all still hadn't seen everything that I've got. I got, you can buy them underwater cases for 'em. Which these cameras, you could just stick them under the water anyway. There ain't no damn way I'm gonna stick a $500 camera under the water. One day it's gonna leak. But you can buy this case that goes around. It's a clear case that, that will keep water out. And then the camera's waterproof in it too. But these cases are good. They don't cost much money. And I said, well, what I want to do is I want to camouflage one of them cameras. So I bought another case, clear case. It's completely clear. And I took some camouflage tape. I went over and handed it to him and I said, take that case and put camouflage on the case. You will wind up seeing me using that. And I don't even know if there's another, they probably ain't even a video on that. Taping up one of them clear cases where you can't see it. You might could see that camera sitting there in the woods. But you put that camouflage tape on there, you won't ought to see it. And like I say, there probably ain't another video like that. I ain't looked it up. But so like original idea is the best video you can make. See, when I go down there at the river, I've had my lines cut before. Bush hooks. You take a string, put a hook and a sinker on it, put a big piece of fish in there, and, you might have 10 or 12 of them, up and down the river. And I want to take one and put a like a weight on it, like something flat, like a plate, something that just will make that line look like it's got the damnest biggest fish pulling on that limb you ever seen. Take that camera and set it up, that camouflage camera, and set it up and see who the hell is down there checking them lines. And then see, I got the thing where a damn camera's man will film 40 hours. You hook a power supply to it, and you can just walk off. Hey man, you go home and go to bed. And go back 2 days later. That light will still be running. And then you can look through that footage. That line's gone. You can look through that footage and you can see who cut that line. And it happens a pretty good bit. Well, I was down there in my camper one day, and I had a line out. It wasn't but one boat down there. I didn't know it right then when the man come out. I didn't know my line was cut. But I memorized the truck. I stopped and memorized the truck and the man's face on purpose. And whenever I went up the river, later on, that line was gone. And I asked that guy down there, Chris at the Sportsman Club. I said, who was that man down here in the red truck this morning? And he told me, and I said, what kind of fella is he? He said, he's a pretty good fella. I said, that man cut my line. He said, you sure? I said, hell yeah, I'm sure. There wasn't but one boat that put in the river. And I do that just for fun. I mean, there's people like that really have a falling out about that. Like, people have like certain type of sinker, and they have that sinker marked. Their line gets gone, they go over there and look in their boat, and there it is laying there. And I don't want to say what near about happens on there, but sometimes it winds up about in a mess about somebody cutting your line. Now, old men will get mad about you cutting their line. I don't cut people's line, y'all. I mean, if I see it and it's got a fish on it, I don't go mess with their stuff. That man that I'm talking about, he went and cut the line just for the damn sinker and the hook. Just for the sinker and the hook. Instead of buying some, he just cut other people's line where he don't have to spend no money. Don't even sound right, does it? I have to buy new sinkers and hooks all the time because I don't cut people's line. All right, y'all. I hear the dog out there barking. I got to get up later, me and Tammy. Yeah, it's 50 degrees. He might be a little cool. Tammy usually don't leave him out there, but she went to bed early tonight. Hell, about 9 o'clock. But I appreciate y'all coming in here. And y'all, I'll be all right. I just that editing and all that stuff about like got the best of me. Yeah, I do that every once in a while. I used to do that in the roofing business and take off 3 months. I'd still pay my best men and the others that laid out stuff all the time. I ain't worried about them. I would the the loyal ones. I would pay them. But I done that in the roofing, and I have took off 5 years. I quit roofing one time for 5 years. The money don't get me. I'll quit something in a damn heartbeat. But I can't quit this. But I can slow it down. Let Tammy kind of handle the lives and the edited videos. I mean, I might have to edit, but I don't know if I want to be doing all of it. Know what I mean? I don't mind getting on here talking a little bit. Because this is the easiest thing in the world. But I don't want to go out and stand at my table all day long making a video. Y'all got me? All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all coming in. I appreciate everything. I guess that's it. We'll have a video for y'all tomorrow on Tammy's channel. Good night, everybody. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Y'all go to bed, because that's what I'm fitting to do. Good night, everybody. Bye, 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 bye.